Hey everybody, welcome to another live YouTube broadcast. This is Max Steingart, and we're going to continue today with our series on how to find unlimited prospects and make sales daily on Facebook. Now, I just finished up a coaching session with Mark, and Mark was gracious enough to allow me to stay logged into his account. And what I want you to look at is this is one version of the new Facebook page. You see, I don't have this yet, but I'm logged in as Mark, and so because Mark has it, everything that he sees is through this new format. Now notice, we have our online friends over on the right. We can see who's online. Look at all the people that are hooked up with their cell phone. And what was interesting is we went in and we did a search for people for Mark to reach out to. And while we were in the coaching session, we reached out to Judy. And we sent her a message. And within, minutes, Judy accepted the friend request. Now, but I want you to see that they've moved things around. Now, the thing that you should be paying attention to when you're doing a search is, obviously, we look at the picture. We look at, now they've moved the profession right up here so we can see what they do. The timeline, the news feed is over here on the right. But what we looked for was, 34 minutes ago, Judy did something. And so you can immediately gauge the activity of the other person. This is huge. We can go over here and we could look at the message that we sent to Judy. Hey Judy, your page just came up on my Facebook. Someone I should like to know. After looking at it, I'd have to agree. I love your post with the baby Yorkies. Now, what's that all about? Well, what we did was we kind of scrolled down her page, and we noticed that she's got this great little post with baby Yorkies. So we added that. I have a lot of friends in real estate. Would be delighted to have you as one too. Perhaps I can send you some referrals. Now, what we did was we sent her, I'm having a problem sending you a friend request. Please send me one and I'll accept it. Mark. And so she sent back immediately, I've accepted your request. And so now we went, now she's using an external instant messaging system. And I'm going to show you what that looks like in another slide. But the bottom line, what I thought was fascinating was when I went and looked at my page, and I go to bring it up, well, when I'm looking at it through Mark's eyes, I got the same thing. Now, Mark just got this new format on Monday. Just got it on Monday. And we don't know where this is all going. I could log out of Mark's account, and I go up here, and Deborah K is up in Toronto. Deborah K is one of my coaching clients, and she's literally building her business around the world. And look at hers. Look at hers. It's entirely different. The instant messaging system is over on the right, on the left, not the right. Now we click on, we can still search for people. Her friend requests and mail and notifications are over here on the right. They're moving stuff around. Yet if we looked at her actual timeline page, kind of looks the same. Well, Deborah's in Singapore. And she is using social media. She signed people up on a dive boat in Fiji. She communicated and connected with people while she was in India. But she's got a totally different layout, a totally different page. What's the end result going to be? We don't know. We don't know. The one thing I can promise all of you, as I demonstrated to Mark, the whole process of connecting with people, communicating and closing, identifying people that you know in advance would love to talk to you, is truly as easy as sticking your hand in a bowl of candy and pulling out a green M&M. So what does that mean to all of you? It means, now here we're going back to my page. Now I go over to my timeline page. Whoa! Holy smokes! It just changed right in front of my eyes. Right in front of my eyes, it changed. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like this for the 9 o'clock webinar that we did this morning. And this is one of the things that you can anticipate, you can expect. This is one of the things you can expect. Constant change. I was talking to my friend Sandy Cohn about it a little while ago, and she says, "Hey, if it wasn't for the changes, I wouldn't be so busy," and she's right. The overall process for connecting, communicating, and closing will change, but it's still the same. Facebook, 1 billion users, right in the middle of going through a major, major change. Twitter, 512 million users. Now, there's a tremendous amount of competition going on between Facebook and Twitter. Facebook is adding a lot more Twitter applications. They're copying Twitter. And LinkedIn now has 200 million professional users. Again, these are all phenomenal social networks, 1.7 billion people at your fingertips, and you could be talking to people on a daily basis. Let me look at the question box. No questions so far. All right. Let's talk a little bit more. Now again, I had snapped a picture and then of Mark's page because I said, whoa, this is different than mine. And yet, when we looked at mine through Mark's eyes, hey, it was the same. It was the same. But it wasn't like it when I was logged in. And now, lo and behold, maybe because we connected this way, maybe they moved me over to, I really can't tell you. So they're going to move things around. They're going to make it one or two extra steps for you to learn about a person. And we'll get into more of these changes. And so, when we sent Judy a message initially, all right, we were searching for real estate people in Sacramento. Hi Judy, your page just came up on Facebook. Someone I should like to know. After looking at it, I'd have to agree. I love your post with the baby Yorkies. I have a lot of friends in real estate. Would be delighted to have you as one too. Perhaps I can send you some referrals. Now, when someone sends you a friend request and they accept you, Facebook is still coming back and they're asking you, do you know this person? And so we're kind of playing around with this answer. P.S. If Facebook asks if we know each other, please say yes, or they will slap me for reaching out to someone I don't know, LOL. Now, we didn't use it. We didn't use it in the note that we sent to Judy. But it may very well be necessary to use this in the future because, you see, here's the deal. When somebody sends you a friend request on Facebook and you want to add somebody as a friend, whether you know them or not, what happens is Facebook is going to ask you, do you know Charlene outside of Facebook? Now, okay, I've accepted her, but if I say no, but hey, I like making new friends, that Facebook kind of registers that. You want them to say yes. You want them to say yes. Now, let me go over to my mailbox. And Diane has sent me something interesting. Says, I received this on my page. I'm not suggesting that you should address it in an Ask Max session. I'm just sharing it. And let's take a look. 4 reasons to rethink Facebook engagement. So it's an article, and everybody, Sean here's got his own opinion. And some interesting figures. An estimated 67% of American adults use Facebook today. That's huge. Some users are getting tired of the site. Well, when you know how to use it, you will never get tired of the site. The social network is completing a new redesign intended to reignite the spark. However, it could be too little too late. Well, he's got his own opinion. Let's just take a look at some of the things. Decline. Facebook remains the largest social network with users in the U.S. However, data indicates that that may not always be the case. 20% of online adults have quit the site. So what? All right? A separate survey shows Pinterest may soon overtake Twitter. You know, they're toys. They're toys. Lack of engagement. I'm just telling you that all of this stuff, noise and overload. I have to tell you something. Sean is a blogger, a journalist, and a social media network with more than a decade of experience. And he's got some great information, but the man's, I got to tell you something. I don't care what the trend is. The bottom line is you now have easy access to people. And with the new Facebook page, with the new redesign, you're going to be able to tell how active people are. And those are the people that you want to reach out to. So, Mark, I appreciate letting me do that. All right, so you're going to see lots of changes taking place, and I'm there to help you every step of the way. This was another person that we reached out to, and again, we're seeing the new structure. Now, when we were in the process of sending a message, we actually wrote back to Judy, and we said, Judy, that was fast, thanks. How long have you been in real estate? We got this message. She's using an app to chat. To message Judy, you need to change your settings to let friends who use apps see if you're online. Would you like to allow friends using other apps to see your online state? And you always, yeah, sure. Lots of changes taking place on Facebook. But you can tell how open somebody is. Initially by the picture. Initially by the amount of information they give you about themselves. Now, it's a 3-step process, okay? And I've got a snapshot of a coaching session that I did earlier in the week. Now, let me just step back for a second. I'm going to refer you back to my Endless Free Leads program. All you need, remember, all you need is a Facebook page. And then you connect with people you know, people you want to know. Connect, and then communicate with them through chat and instant message and internal mailing systems. And then as you communicate and you follow some scripts and ask some questions, you're going to discover whether the person on the other end has a need for what you're doing, your product or service. The end result is talk to 5 or 10 people a day and make sales. So I was logged in to Craig's account, and Craig was, we're kind of going over, Craig, what's going on? You just started this process. We know you've got a great page. And he says, I'm talking to a lot of people, but nobody's buying. Nobody's buying. And we pinpointed his problem in 10 minutes. See, what you have to remember when you talk to people, it's not about you. It's not about your agenda. It's not about what you have to sell. Because really, you could walk around and talk to everybody, and Just blurt out, hey, I found your page on Facebook. Would you be interested in learning how you could make an extra $1,000 a week part-time from home? And just send that out to everybody. And that would be interpreted as spam, and you'd get your account closed. Now, in the real world, you could probably go out there and talk to 100 people. Hey, if I could show you a way to make an extra $1,000 a week part-time from home, would you be interested? And, some people are going to roll their eyes back in their head and say, what's the catch? More people are going to say no than yes. And the people that do say yes, you really don't know anything about them anyway. So you end up talking to a lot of people about your business who might not be qualified. Or maybe if you came to know them, you wouldn't be talking to them in the first place. So first and foremost, on a social network, on Facebook, you know everything about the other person that you want to know or need to know in advance by looking at their page. They give you so much information. After that, it's all about how they answer your question. So, Craig here, we determined, and Craig's a sharp guy. I mean, he got it. Because you could see it right here. The first thing you should ask anybody is, what do you do? You're meeting somebody for the first time. What do you do? And he picks some stuff off of her site. He says, I see you're involved with BidExcel. Sorry to see that they're shutting down. I'm sitting on top of a great opportunity in network marketing. Would love to share it with you. And so she writes back, yes, thank you, Craig, but I've not really been in BidExcel for a while. I'm doing ILA. So right now I'm focused on this. But thank you. I know it's a great opportunity, as everyone says the exact thing about it. It is difficult to decide on all these companies. All right? Now, the easy way to control the direction of a conversation is to ask questions. And I pointed out to Craig, I says, Craig, even though you're having a live chat, you're typing, she's typing, you could have asked a question. But instead of asking her a question, okay, but if you ever want to find out about isogenics, let me know. Now, what should he have done? What he should have done, if he originally says, well, what do you do? She might have come back and said, well, I'm selling ILA. Well, are you doing it full-time or are you doing it part-time? If you're doing it part-time, what's your full-time job? If she's doing it part-time, how long have you been doing ILA? What other experience do you have in network marketing? What was your first company? Why do you think you weren't successful in any of those other companies? Tell me more about your full-time job. How long have you been doing that? There's all kinds of questions that you could be asking D. Instead, he talks about his business. So she writes back, have you ever used attraction marketing to attract people to your business ops? And he goes back, no, what's that? And I says, Greg, I'm teaching you attraction marketing. Attraction marketing revolves around one thing: your picture, your cover page, what you post. That is pure attraction marketing. You don't need a website. You don't need a blog. It's like you're going to a party. You're putting on a nice suit. You're putting on your best dress. I mean, you look sharp. You look hot. And you put yourself out there every day in that state on your page, and now you can connect with all kinds of people. So there's never any reason to jam your business down somebody's throat. You have an unlimited supply of people to talk to. So you want to be a little bit more selective about who you're talking to. And when you do it right, and you follow what is called the MAX method, connect with people, communicate with them, and close them, that is pure, raw attraction marketing. So, but he's new. He's new. Well, he said, yeah, I use attraction marketing all the time. So he says, no, what's that? And so she writes back, it's a method of building rapport with people and attract them to your business without selling them your business. It takes longer, but the people seem to follow you longer. What do you do to get leads? This is the hard part of the business. So, she's kind of setting them up. All right, now, it's a business of building rapport with people and attract them to your business without selling them your business. It takes longer. Nonsense. It takes longer if you got to set up a blog, if you got to drive people to a website with traffic. It takes longer if you're relying on email, broadcasts to develop some kind of a relationship or credibility with these people. What does he do to get leads? He's got 1 billion leads on Facebook. And what she's doing is she's offering him some helpful information in her own way. She's building rapport with Greg. And so Greg he's talking about him when he should be talking about her. He says, I do a lot of talking to people and the products work so well, it is easy. I have a group of 50, but I only signed up 10 myself in 3 months. And again, where's the question? Like, how long have you been doing ILA? Are you doing it full-time or are you doing it part-time? D, what's your full-time job? This attraction marketing thing that you've been doing, how long have you been doing that? So, notice it's not happening instantaneously. At 3:44 he wrote that, and 4:04, 20 minutes later, she writes back, oh, that's good. I'm learning how to make all this automated so my business will run itself. And so what we have here is we have two people that are promoting to each other. Neither one of them is listening. Hey, ask me about my business that is automated. I am learning how to make all of this automated. Really, when did you start learning? How long have you been at it? How effective has it been so far? How much more do you have to learn before you expect to start making any money? Okay? So the end result is they're talking over each other. When we sign up, we get a website that does that for us. But I love talking to people. Now, I can't tell whether she just got tired of the banter or, sorry, but I have to go. I'll chat with you soon. Or maybe he says, well, he's already got a website for that. So he's not possibly going to buy what I have to sell. But the bottom line is people will talk to you if you indicate an interest in them. Anybody in sales can recognize, just like you're going to recognize when somebody's trying to jam their business down your throat. It's amazing how effective this can be when you stick to a few scripts and you're making sales. Now, Facebook is adding all kinds of new features, and one of them is going to be that you can now see a list of the friend requests you sent to other people. It's a whole new feature that they've added. Who can see, so that you can go on and you can keep track of your friend requests. So, how do you do that? While you're on Facebook, zip over to the little lock over here. And now it's a matter of who can see my stuff. Hit the little arrow here. Scroll down to where it says review all my posts and things I'm tagged in, activity log. Click on that. Now when you get over to your activity log, open it up a little bit more and click on friends. It's not like they make it easy, and that's why you want me in your corner. So here, we now click on friends, and now we can see that Max sent Sarah a friend request. Max and Pam are friends. Max sent Pam a friend request. So you've got a list by day of the people that you sent friend requests. You've also got a list by day of the people that are now your new friends. And what does that mean? It means you can go over here and you can say, hey, Joni, we're friends now. So I'm going to go send Joni a message. But before I send Joni a message, I'm going to check the message history just to make sure that we haven't talked before. And then I'm going to send her a little message. Hey, Joni, it's nice to have you as a friend. What do you do? So, everything is changing on here, okay? It's changing. And I've got you covered. Everything's changing. MySpace is still trying to figure out what they're going to do. I tried logging in today. They said, hey, you got a choice. You can look at the classic MySpace or you can look at the new MySpace. MySpace is never going to get it back. And yet, the new Facebook is looking more like the old MySpace. Now, let me check the question box before we talk about income generating. Okay, could you please go through that again? Okay, Arlene. All right. We go. Let's start at ground zero. First, what you do is you go over here to the little lock and click on it. Open it up. And then you click over here at the little arrow going down. Who can see my stuff? Click on that. Scroll down a little bit further. Use the activity log. When you get to the video, to the log, go over here on the left. This is your activity log. And over here on the left, you've got posts, photos, likes, comments, and more. And now we go over here and we click on friends. So now you can see who your friends are by day, and you can see Max sent Sarah a friend request. Max sent Amy a friend request. Let's take a look at comments. Okay? So here you see the comments that you made. Let's look at likes. You can see all the things that you like. You can go over here, post and comments. And so you could see what you posted. All right? And so all of this is changing. And you can count on me to help you keep it straight. I mean, some of you can figure all of this out through trial and error. Now, why do that? When working with literally hundreds of people a week, thousands of people a month, we can put all the information in your lap. Now, there are many ways to generate income online. You're going to run into affiliate marketers who, are out there, and they've got their own set of beliefs. And then there are people in direct sales, and then there are people that are in network marketing, consumer direct marketing, relationship marketing, hybrid marketing, all with the idea of making sales and generating residual income. Now, you're going to run into affiliate marketers that promote stuff, and they believe that what we have to do is we just have to promote lots of stuff. And most of the time, there's nothing residual about what they do. Another thing that they'll do is people will go out there and they'll create their own products. And then they'll look for other people to promote their products, and they'll pay them a commission off of what is sold. And then you got people out there who have taken the affiliate marketing model, and in order to generate some residual income from it, are selling things that require monthly payments. And so there are some affiliate marketers who profess that, well, some of our stuff does indeed generate residual income. Well, I want you to remember this. It's only residual as long as people keep buying it and people keep using it. It's only residual and long term if the company stays in business or if they continue to pay you. So while there are many ways to generate income, when you understand the difference between these three groups, when you really understand it, man, you know, anybody with common sense would pick the bottom group. But some people don't know any better. Now, you're talking one-time sales versus residual income. And in the weeks ahead, we hope to educate you. You know, there's a clothing store, a clothing chain down here that the commercial on TV that comes to mind is one of the owners of the chain gets up there and she says, an educated consumer is our best customer. And so as you learn what's happening in your business, as you learn what's happening in the industry, as you learn what's happening online, and you run into people who are not having success, and that's the key. They're trying these things, and they're not having any success. The question then is, why aren't they having success? And would they be open to looking at working with you in something that could generate income for them tomorrow? That's right, tomorrow. No, we don't need a blog. No, we don't need an elaborate website. No, we don't have to invest in learning about all of this stuff. No, we don't need that great education. We just need to reach out to the people that we know and tell them about what we're doing. Top income earners will tell you that if you want to be successful, you must talk to 5 people about your business every day. You can do that on Facebook in an hour in a towel. If you want to be wildly successful, you must talk to 10 people about your business every day. You can do that on Facebook in 2 hours, and I would suggest a robe as opposed to a towel. And yes, you could do it naked because you have easy access to people. Now, it's easy to identify who you want to talk to because everyone has a recognizable agenda. So you know in advance by looking at a person's picture, by looking at the contents of the page. You know in advance whether they're online looking for a date, looking for love. You know in advance whether they're just looking to hook up with their friends or they're open to making new friends. That brings me to something that Arlene, you're going to get a kick out of this because it's I was doing a coaching session with Arlene, I guess it was maybe a week or so ago. And Arlene and her husband and I were online, and I was logged into her account. And we looked into her other box on Facebook. And we see a note from Larson Roy back in March of 2012. And by the way, Arlene, I heard from a few other folks that apparently Larson has been a busy boy. And I'm sure you probably have not heard from him because he's still out there sending the same little note to women. But here's what he writes. This was on March 17th, 2012. Oh my God, this is so nice. You have such a lovely picture there and you look so simple and adorable. It makes me smile. Oh my dear, you've made my day. You look attractive. I would want to know and learn more about you. Larson Roy. Doesn't even spell his name right. And so we kind of had fun with this because it's all over Arlene's page that she's married. She's got a picture of her husband. So she says, well, I just ignore this kind of stuff. And I pointed out that anyone with an agenda, with any kind of agenda, they also got financial needs. The question is, can they shift gears? So we wrote back, hi, Larson, I just found my other mailbox on Facebook and appreciate the compliment. Now, this, of course, is a year later. I hope by now you've met someone nice, and I need to point out that I'm still as happily married today as I was when you wrote last year. I'm up for being friends, but not that way. So tell me, Larson, what do you do? And Arlene, did he ever write back to you? Let's see. Stasha writes. You mentioned how so many people. What you mentioned that so many people change companies all the time. Now, won't they just? You never heard from him again. All right. Well, that kind of confirms what Diane wrote. Apparently, she heard from him. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So let's take Stasha's question. Many people change companies all the time. Won't they? Now, uh, you have to look at this on an individual basis. The reason that many people change companies all the time, in many cases, they're picking the wrong company. First and foremost, you should be passionate about the product or service. Second, they need to. You're betting on management. So you buy into something, or or what happens is you follow leader. People develop relationships with people in companies, and then for one reason they leave. They go to another company and they try to bring everybody with them. So now, doesn't history usually predict future behavior? Won't they jump off of my team? Well, first, Stasha, you're in a relationship business. Number one. Number two, I want you to think about this. If people like the product, if the product is helping them, if they find it beneficial, if they're using it on a regular basis, it doesn't matter where other people go. They're going to stay and they're going to continue to use the product or service. People building a business, if they're happy with the company, will stay. Now, you do get jumpers. You do get people who seem to, and this becomes a pattern of behavior. They sign up in a company. They've been in the industry for a long time. They got a following. They promote to all kinds of people. Look what I'm doing now. And when they go to a new company, they meet all kinds of new people. So they look, when they go from company A to company B, to bring people that they knew from the past, plus people that they met in that existing company. And they jump from deal to deal to deal. And while they might make spurts of big income, the top income earners in the company know it's all about longevity. It's all about retention that is going to ensure somebody has that long-term residual income that you're looking for, the kind of income where you can go take off for 6 months and you still have checks coming in. So, that's why sometimes when you run into people who are unhappy, you need to find out what happened. Why did they go from deal to deal to deal? Now, if in the course of repeating their history and sharing with you that their timeline of just bad choices. Well, you've picked 5 losers in the past 7 years. What makes you think this one's any better? But you don't want to take that position with people. If people have just got started with something, hey, you don't try to damper their enthusiasm. Wish them the best. Hope it works out. Be supportive and catch them the next time around. And there will be a next time around. So Martha wants to know, what is that other mailbox? Well, Martha, on Facebook, you have 2 mailboxes. And Facebook adds things, but they don't tell you. So if we go over here, top left, to our mailbox, we open up the mailbox, you're going to see that you have 2. You have your inbox, and you have your other box. Now, the other box is the mail that you get from people you don't know. For example, Linda here sent me mail. I'm on your webinar. I can't see the page. I only hear the audio. Well, we're not friends. We're not friends. Okay, we can go over here, we can read about her. Okay, but we're not friends. And because we're not friends, Linda's mail went to my other box. Now, she's, looks like she's a student, so I can go over here to actions and I could say, you know what? Move it to my regular inbox. Put it over there. But most of the stuff that comes into this box is going to be garbage. Vivian's mail to me was designated spam. So it was not only deleted, but so was Vivian. Bone Adventure Esau was deleted. Okay, Nicole here sent me a message. It went to my inbox. Well, who is Nicole? We really don't know very much about her. Him or her. Or... Okay, she's a woman. And we could look here and we could see what her businesses are. But the bottom line is she sent me a message. It went to my inbox. And this went last year in June. So she wrote to me. Here's Nadia sent me a message. Now, this is what we're talking about. This is spam. I know you don't know me, but I kind of heard of you and I was wondering if you know about this already. If no, maybe you'd like to join. If yes, never mind. So what is this? What is Nadia here selling? Now, notice here that this got scrambled. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the Empower Network. So, what you're dealing with, what we're looking at here is she didn't get her account canceled, but the link has been canceled by Facebook. And so this is your other box. And so it sometimes pays to check your other box from time to time because you may hear from people that you really want to know. Now while I'm here, Carla wrote, Max, now this is how fast it goes, okay? Max, I got a private message from an old friend from high school. We haven't talked in years. She writes, Hi Carla, it's been a long time. I've been following your posts on Facebook and I see you have invested in a healthy lifestyle. Are you in a business? I see your father has something to do with it. I'm just curious. This is my interest. I'm a nurse and received my master's in holistic nutrition 10 years ago. I had my own part-time business for a short time, an organic salad company. I did nutritional counseling too. I moved to Nashville. I tried network marketing thing, but it wasn't for me at the time. Well, let me know. I'm interested to see what you're doing for health reasons. How should I reply? Well, Carla, you write back and you say, hey, I'd write back and say, hey, hey, Jane, man, it's nice to hear from you. God, you gotta love Facebook. I'd be happy to tell you all about what I'm doing. I'd be happy to tell you all about it. But I'm curious. How long ago did you try network marketing? And what were you trying to sell? And what was your experience? Now remember she said, I tried network marketing, but it wasn't for me at the time. So all you need to do is find out what her experience was before, what happened, and now you're in a position to show her how she can do it on the internet. How she can build an international business all around the world And all she needs is a Facebook page. All she needs is a LinkedIn page. She doesn't need a website. She doesn't need a blog. She doesn't need any of that stuff. Let me go back to my mailbox. Okay, let's see what we got here for boot camp. Okay, Michael. Let's take a look at Michael's Facebook page. This is the way you do it. For those of you that are in boot camp. Okay, this is Michael's page. And again, notice over here, I'm looking at this, and well, wait a minute, I got the old page. I wonder what would happen if I accepted him as a friend, if it would switch over to the news page. But now, for some reason, I'm not seeing it in the new format. I'm not seeing it like this. So that blows the theory of I'm looking at it through his eyes. So let's start. This is Michael's picture. Great picture. Let's read about Michael. It's got a great story. Veteran. And the only thing, Michael, that you need to add, in addition to your work up here, is the fact that you are a internet entrepreneur, or an entrepreneur, or a global internet entrepreneur. You want to add that to your page. See, it's changed. We have to scroll all the way down here to see. Now, what Michael's doing. Now, Michael, here's the thing. Don't post, I'm ready to help 5 more people retire early. Don't do it up here. Do it down here with the comment section. More people will share it if you do it as a comment, as opposed to posting it above the picture. All right, now, remember what we said. It's easy to identify who to talk to because everyone has a recognizable agenda. Envision this. You walk into a room. You walk into a stadium with 50,000 people. A stadium. And out of those 50,000 people, you know that everybody wearing a green shirt would love to get into business with you. What kind of fun would you have? Imagine being able to identify in advance, simply by the shirts people were wearing, whether they were candidates for your business or not. Hey, you can do that on Facebook in a heartbeat. We refer to these people as Green M&Ms. The whole social networking world is a big candy ball, reflected in that bowl of candy and nuts you see over there on the left. The contents, the picture on their page tells you, are they there for dating? Are they there to sell? What is it? The answers to a few questions will help you identify, yes or no, whether they're prospects for your business. And these people don't even realize you're asking them questions to do that. How many times a day could you stick your hand in that bowl and pull out a green M&M? Well, that's how many times a day you could talk to somebody on Facebook or LinkedIn that would love to be in your business. How about network marketers? People who are blatantly trying to sell stuff. Easy to spot, easy to find. They're the blue M&Ms in the bowl. Customers, people who would traditionally buy your product or service. Unhappy network marketers. Their company just went out of business. Their company just stopped paying people. And then frustrated and unhappy affiliate or internet marketers. People who are not making any money. Easy access. These 3 social networks give you the ability to easily identify perfect prospects, as easy as sticking your hand in that bowl of candy. They provide you with a simple means to connect with as many people as you could possibly talk to in the space of a day. They permit you to talk to 5 or 10 or more people every day that you know want and need what you're selling, and it only takes an hour or 2. And all you need is a free public profile page to make sales on a daily basis starting right now. It is easy to identify who to contact and who to avoid. You're going to find 3 types of people on any social network. The first group, the group that you really want to connect with, are what I call the eager socializers. They want to stay connected with their friends, and they broadcast on their page that they're open to meeting new people just like you. Eager socializers. The second type is what I call the e-marketing socializer. They're all business. There's nothing personal on their page. They're open to hearing from anyone because you could be a customer. And they've got their routine and they've got their system set up, and you ask them a personal question and they refer you to a website, or they refer you to a video, and these people can be gotten to. You got to get their history. Are they doing this full-time? Are they doing it part-time? If they're doing it part-time, what's their full-time job? Most of them are doing it part-time. Most of them aren't making any money. What is their experience with network marketing? What are they selling exactly? The third group, well, they're what I call the reluctant socializer. Now, they only want to be connected to the people they know. Maybe just their family members. Maybe their family members and existing friends or select coworkers. And yet, that's why they're there. A portion of reluctant socializers could be connected with if you have things in common, if you share the same values and interests. Making the right connections is what it's all about. It's easy to tell the difference. I'm going to refer you to social networking law number 1. What you see is what you get. What they see on your page is what they expect you want to talk about. You know, based on their pictures, words, websites, links, and friends, why they're online. I saw this cartoon and I was thinking about all of the people that promote search engine optimization and all this technical stuff. I think I finally figured out how Google's indexing algorithms work so that I can be on the top 5 of Google. Well, you know what? Give it 6 months and Google's going to change those algorithms. Making the right connection is a 3-step simple process. All you need is a Facebook page. It is not as complicated as people will have you believe. But having direct access to over 2 billion people means nothing if you don't know what to say to them after you make a connection, and that's why I'm going to give you a scripts book that will have you making sales every day. Howard started working with me in February of 2009. I heard from him 4 years later. Now he's got a net worth of $2.5 million. He was brand new to network marketing when he started, as only in one network marketing company, was not working lots of deals. He focused on one, and you're all heading down the same road. Okay, and let's see, Martha writes, when I'm doing through all my Facebook messages, is there any way I can mark them that I have already seen them? I want to cross them out like a to-do list, but I don't think I can. Actually, Martha, it's really simple. Facebook does it for you. Facebook does it for you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I go to my mailbox. Pamela sent me you see how it's gray here? If we look down and we look at our mail, anything that's in gray hasn't been opened. Darlene sent me something. Okay? So the whole idea is Okay? Once I open it, it's no longer gray. So that's one way that you can do that. Okay, let me check my mailbox. Okay, now this is an example. Michael just sent this. Max, I just got a like from the retire early post that I did, and I got this response. So he writes, hey Don, I'm glad you like my post. What are you doing these days? Right now, I'm job hunting. I lost my job last May, and with all the court proceedings, it has been difficult to find new work. Now that everything is over, I'm hoping to get something soon. How are you? Lost my job last May. You gotta love this. Well, what kind of job did you have? How have you been surviving financially since last May? What kind of job are you looking for? A lot of people are turning to the internet to make extra and full-time income. What experience have you had with network marketing? All he did was make a post, and he got a great reaction and he got a great response. You're all heading down the same road, all of you. AJ sent me this, I guess it was a week ago. Since we started working together, I've added 5 business builders, 2 customers. The best part is that one of my business builders, thanks to you, has reached his first pin level in the company. This is called duplication. He's also able to use your strategies in his regular business too. Now, my training is the only thing that he's found in all the years he's been working on the internet that actually tells you what to say. No matter who does it, it works. And for those of you that are students, look at this. I forgot to mention that all 6 promoters who signed up with my company were formerly with the Empower Network. So, Michael is using the unemployment script. Perfect. Okay. Now, folks, I am passionate about the industry that you're in. Okay? If you're in network marketing, direct sales, hybrid marketing, consumer direct marketing, multi-level marketing, when you understand 3 simple things, there's absolutely no reason why you can't be successful in your business. The only thing that you need to be successful in your business is people to talk to about the business. But not just anybody. Qualified, able people who has large spheres of influence. So, feel free to join me during my daily webinars at maxsteingart.com/webinars. Feel free to watch these live on YouTube at youtube.com/free leads. We're going to be calling it the Free Leads Channel, or Max Steingart's Free Leads Channel. We're here to help. There are 3 steps to achieving success faster at anything you do. It's just a matter of how fast you want to go. It's just like learning how to ski, or learning how to play golf, or learning how to play tennis. Number 1, get mentored, get a teacher, someone who has already achieved the results you want. Find out the exact steps you need to take and take action. Now, I can help anyone master Facebook, and for that matter, every other social network in the fastest amount of time. You don't need a blog. You don't need a website. Your Facebook page is your blog. You make a post, people react, people respond. It's easy to build a list of friends on Facebook. Nothing technical about it. There are many reasons why I'm so well respected in the industry, and I've been endorsed by so many companies, leaders, and successful entrepreneurs over the past 18 years. Lots of reasons. The one reason is that what I teach is easy to implement and duplicates immediately. If you're not having the results you want, the reasons are obvious. At least they're obvious to me. And they will soon be obvious to you. They're easy to identify, and they are simple to fix. It's either the contents of your page, the people that you're reaching out to contact, the people you're actually talking to, or it could be the way you talk to people. And once we point out how to correct your deficiencies, you're off and running. So there are 4 ways to social media success. My Endless Free Leads program, the video course, boot camp where you work with me live, personal coaching, and we also are scheduling another retreat. Just a matter of how fast you want to go. So, you've got maxsteingart.com/free leads. This is my basic training program. It includes the social networking scripts book, which will give you specific scripts on what to say to specific types of people. You can register for my upcoming boot camp. Go to maxsteingart.com/boot camp. It begins April the 2nd. 8 sessions over 3 weeks plus 36 hours of live daily support. Register today. We'll get started right away. During boot camp, I'll answer your questions, critique your pages, help you personalize your searches so that you're talking to the right people, and we'll help you make 5 sales. Finally, the retreat, a 2-day live training followed by 6 months of support. Our goal is to help everybody understand the top income earner secrets. We call it 6 months to 6 figures. If you do the work, the results will come. Now, in the past, people have paid $5,000 to participate. It was usually $1,000 down, $4,000 due on the honor system after you earned $100,000. We've just opened this one up. Register today, take the 2 payment option, and I'll cancel the 2nd payment. You'll hear from top income earners, $1,000,000 producers who collectively have helped over 300 people become $1,000,000 income earners in their business. Personal coaching. For those of you that want to move through the process even quicker, I always tell people that an hour with me in personal coaching is like going through a whole boot camp. And finally, for those of you that are existing students, we are coming out with, at the end of the month, my new Endless Free Leads 6.0 program. Make sure you get it. Get it early. Go to maxsteingart.com/upgrade. Get it at the early pre-launch price. Okay, now, Stasha says, will you be posting this specific training on your YouTube free channel? I would love to watch it through again. And great info today. As always, I learned something each and every time that I can be on your Ask Max trainings. And Stasha, yes, we will definitely be posting this one. I mean, this one, we had great questions, and thanks to Mark, we were able to show what the new Facebook page is going to look like. So yeah, we will be posting this one. So folks, these are your options. maxsteingart.com/free leads. Get it. It's the home study video course. You want to work with me live and in person? Go to maxsteingart.com/bootcamp. Now, we just send out an email for those of you that are on my mailing list. We send out a special combination package with a significant discount. So check your mail. The retreat. Work with me over the next 6 months, and I'll help you make 6 figures in your business if you do the work. Coaching and upgrade, the new 7.0. Anybody else have any questions? All right. I will be back for another session. Until then, remember, the only thing standing between you and being successful in your business is having a live prospect who is seriously qualified to get into your business. And finding those people on a social network is as easy as sticking your hand in a candy bowl and pulling out the green M&Ms, and you can do it as many times a day as you want. Join the tens of thousands of successful networkers who are following my program. Make sales, prosper, grow your business. Until next time, best of luck in building your business, and God bless.